Now, these are the stock carbs. They're pretty simple to take on and off. These little sort of rubber manifold grommets. They got little band clamps. Pretty simple to pop off. And you can see in here, we've got some little throttle blades, but these aren't throttle blades like you think of typically on a car.
Choke cable. Yep. You can see the choke closing up.
Yeah, so these are actually choke throttles, not actually what's controlling the air. And if you move the main throttle, you can see the slides moving up and down inside. So, all right, easy enough, piece of cake. Let's get this thing set up here, start pulling these bowls, and we can get access to our jets.
All right, I'm going to pull this last bowl off and kind of show you on the inside what's happening. Now, you look inside, you just got a basic O-ring gasket that goes around. Now these cars have had it, they're pretty old, they're mucky. I mean, when I got the bike, it didn't even you couldn't even pull the clutch cable. So this thing is sat around, it's had its days. At some point, yeah, I'm gonna spend the money and get the new carbs. I'm trying to limp through until that point. So here we are. Now we got the float. So this is your float that's gonna allow fuel to go in. Now if this thing sticks, what can happen is your overflow can dribble out. So on this, sometimes when I first was pulling it back off the bench after a year and a half, I'm dribbling out. We knew that this thing was getting stuck.
Yeah, dribbling out, usually a bad thing, but easy to fix.
Now this is where your needle and seat is. So there's a tab here, and there's actually a little setting that you get in the manual, and that distance is a set distance that you get out of the manual. I'll pull this needle and seat out just so you can show. Now some of these you have to punch out on this edge. On a CB550, they just pull right out really easy. As I slide that out, I'm dropped. But you can see, there's your little seat. Now this is rubber. If it wears over time, it can turn into an issue. Some of them are actually steel, just hard metal, but these are rubber. Now, while we're at it, this is your main jet. So all we do for the main jet, we put a 7 mil on here just to hold it. Get your screwdriver. Now these are 90. Take that out. And then the main jet is what's going to give you your power from, upper mid-range all the way up.
Yeah, that's right. So about 20% throttle, you're off of your pilot jets, your idle circuit. Now you're under your main jet. So this is what's feeding pretty much all the fuel into your engine. And it's important to get this bowl height right because it's going to set the amount of fuel that's in the bowl.
You're going to need fuel in there to suck through?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And you're going to need the right height because it sets a pressure because of the weight of the fuel, and it's going to work in conjunction with the orifice or the diameter of the hole in that main jet. So we're going to go from a 90, we've got 110s, we've got 115s. So we're going to start rich. We're going to go 115, and we're going to put a bigger jet in. We're going to let more fuel in, maybe get a little bit on the rich side, and then we can back our way down to lean. Engines are always happier rich. You don't burn things up. You may foul a plug, but that's all right. Put a fresh one in there, and you can lean your way down to the bike running nice and good.
Check the plugs back all the way back, and make an educated guess. Call somebody. The dude you buy the jet from probably has an idea if you're opening up your intake and exhaust where to go, because there's probably some racer out there that's been buying jets from him.
Right.
Now these are old. We've already helicoiled like 3 of these babies out, so these carbs have seen their day. But I think at this point, we've got our jets back in. We're ready to put our bowl back on.